Sige po. Pakihawak po muna ng microphone. Anong gusto nyo kantahin niyo? Hindi, joke lang po. So, magkaroon lang po tayo ng brief introduction. No, meron po tayo dyan na cue. So, please state your name, your spouse if married, number of children if any, occupations or business office, and lastly, your sponsor or the person kung sino po yung nag-invite po sa atin para makapunta at makarating dito sa ating breakfast meeting. Okay?
Hi, good morning everyone. Ako po si Maria Luisa Acuña Nudalo. Nagtatrabaho po ako sa City Engineering Office sa May Sawangan. And married po ako. I have 3 children. Ang nag-invite po sa akin si Mr. Pomoseno.
Baila ko sa Sabrero po. Ako po si Manero Alabata. May agong, may duwang aki. Naka-start po sa Barangay 33 sa Peñaranda. May negosyo po. Salamat po.
Sponsor po, sir. Sino po ang nag-invite po sa atin?
Actually, ako naman po na akong first timer. Ganyan po ako. Several times na po ako ingat si Sir Tony and now si Sir na Pedro po.
Okay. So, yun. But anyway, first timer ko yan sa ngayon. Okay po. So, to further express our warm welcome to our first timers, let us join in singing our welcome song to warmly welcome our first timers. Okay po, so you may now please take your seat. Sir, thank you po. Salamat po, and thank you sa ating music ministry. And we would like also to acknowledge the presence of our fourth-timer, Sir Miracle Bolaños. Fourth-timer na po siya, so regular breakfaster na natin. Sir, thank you for coming pa po sa ating breakfast meeting. And let us also acknowledge our tatangs na dito ngayon. Tatang Manny, okay po, si Tatang Ines, ano po, Tatang Doppel, and Tatang Roger. So good morning po sa inyong lahat. Okay, so for the first timers, ano po, we are happy to inform you, but before that po, before ko i-mention yung ating mga perks ng ating mga first timers, acknowledge din po natin ang presence ng kasama ni Ma'am Maria Luisa, si Ma'am Milagros Lorenzana, and Ma'am Yonila Gagilina. Good morning po. Thank you for coming for our breakfast meeting. Okay, para sa ating mga first timers, today you are given the opportunity to hear the message of the Lord through our sharers. Ano po? And you also have the privilege to invite your relatives, your spouse, to attend the next breakfast meeting. So later on po, i-announce sa ating chapter head yung schedule ng ating breakfast meetings. And finally, for your breakfast, for the first timers, your breakfast is free and of your sponsors. Ano po? Pero sa mga susunod na breakfast po natin, of course, tayo na po ang magbabayad ng ating mga for our breakfast.
Ito na
Okay
yun.
po.
Pwede na.
Now, let us all watch the video of what BCBP Breakfast Fellowship is all about.
Since 1980, when the Brotherhood of Christian Businessmen and Professionals first gathered for breakfast in Makati, the BCBP Breakfast has served as the venue for something greater than just a meeting. It is a place to meet your own peers. It is also an opportunity to witness God's intervention.
I attend breakfast because it's the great start of the weekend to end all the stress of the work week. And it started with the charging weekend with a great breakfast, food, and also spiritual sustenance.
Most of the time, I feel so blessed every time I hear the stories of others. I enjoy the food, the breakfast itself. At the same time, I enjoy the encourage my soul with the messages given to us every week.
It is an investment of your time to learn, realize, and practice a better way of doing business. BCBP's vision and mission: to bring Christ in the marketplace and win the marketplace for Christ. To turn vision into reality, the BCBP invites fellow businessmen and professionals with influence in the workplace. Thousands have been accepting the invitation to experience Christ through the sharing sessions held weekly over breakfast in business centers all over the Philippines. In North America, and in Asia Pacific region. Over time, the BCBP Breakfast does its job of effectively transforming breakfasters into agents of positive change in their places of business and their communities. It takes courage to live out Christ's teachings, to transform the conduct of business, to practice such values as respect for customers, partners, and colleagues, to provide fair treatment to employees and stockholders, and live out the BCBP advocacy of honesty. To be honest, even if others are not, even if others will not, even if others cannot. This pursuit of truth and integrity is ingrained in the BCBP culture, giving business a conscience. That business must go beyond a profit motive, making business a vocation towards a purpose that benefits society.
One of our missions in the BCBP is responsible care for all entrusted to us. In our business, this ranks at the top of our mission: to take care of our own people, treating each employee, whether he be our highest ranking manager or a utility person, treating each person like family with much respect and care.
The BCBP has emerged as a potent way to open up the hearts of businessmen and professionals to the teachings of Jesus Christ, guided by the Holy Spirit and inspired by Anyapak. The BCBP serves the community by helping transform the workplace in the Philippines, in Asia, and in North America. With the BCBP, you have the opportunity for a new way of life, a chance to know Christ in a more personal way. And it begins simply by accepting this invitation from the one who invites us all.
The BCBP Catholic Renewal Organization, duly registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission as a non-profit corporation, and the PCBP is fully recognized by the Archdiocese in Manila and all the dioceses where it operates nationwide. Our vision is bringing Christ into the marketplace and winning the marketplace for Christ. Our mission: we are a community of business people and professionals committed to living out Christian values and being change agents in the marketplace. We accomplish this through process of ongoing personal conversion, a commitment to professional excellence, community and nation building, practice of justice and integrity, and responsible care for all entrusted to us. So the breakfast is the main entry point to the PCBP organization, where one is exposed to God's words through the life testimony of fellow Christians and given the opportunity to seriously consider the PCBP way of life. So again, let us encourage our relatives, our friends, to witness for themselves the goodness of the Lord through our or in our future breakfast meetings. So ngayon po, gusto din po natin i-acknowledge ang presensya ng isa pa pong second timer po dito sa ating breakfast meeting, none other than Sir Simeon B. Balyon. Okay, good morning po sir, thank you for coming. Okay. Let us now proceed to the most important part of our breakfast fellowship, which is the life sharing. Ready na po ba ang lahat? Yes! Paki-thumbs up naman kung ready na talaga. Yan. So indeed, lahat ay ready na. And we are all looking forward to this moment. Today, we are truly privileged and blessed to have here our sharer. And take note, important ulit ang ating sharers. Pero, legit albayano. Okay. So, please allow me to introduce our sharers for today. Our male sharer is a registered electrical engineer by profession, born in Tabaco City. He was previously connected with the Western Digital Philippines Corporation and Yutaka Manufacturing Philippines Corporation. At present, he is the proprietor of MBI Aggregates Trading in Ligao City and serves as the general manager of MBI Engineering Workspace in Malinaw, Albay. Our female sharer, on the other hand, was born in Kamalig, Albay. She is the ever-supportive boss behind the owner of the MBI Aggregates Trading. They were united in marriage on August 25, 2021, and were blessed with 3 wonderful children, Kenji, Kishi, and Kiona Marie. Both of them are graduates of BCLP number 6, completed in November 2009. Since then, they have actively served in various capacities within the community as music ministry head, action group leader, unit leader, mission director, mission coordinator, BCLP and BCMR coordinator, speaker, and many more. Indeed, their lives reflect a deep commitment to service and faith. Without much further ado, let us all warmly welcome Manuel Imperial Jr. and Marnie Imperial.
Good morning. Ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Brother Jonathan, for that very warm introduction. It is truly an honor to be back, not just as a guest, but a messenger of Christ in a chapter that is very close to my heart, the Legazpi City chapter. We are here in Bicol to celebrate my mother's 82nd birthday tomorrow. And since we're already here, my wife encouraged me to join you this morning. The last time we were here was 8 years ago during the opening of Ligao Mission, where we were blessed to serve as sharer in that breakfast. Many people say that it is easy to follow God when life is good, when everything is going well, and according to our plans. But what happens when the storm comes? When problems don't stop? When pains become unbearable? When everything falls apart? Will you still trust Him? Today, we are here to share not just our story, but how Jesus revealed Himself to us and transformed our lives in the middle of the storm. That is why the theme of our sharing for today is Trust in Christ through the storm, a journey of mission grace. I am the fourth of 5 children of Manuel Sr. in BCP Tumali, kapangalan nila. And Carmen Imperial. 3 boys and 2 girls. I was born in Tabaco City on July 9, 1977. As mentioned, I finished my Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering at Bicol University in 1998. And just 2 weeks after my graduation, I was hired as cadet engineer at Hitachi, now Western Digital Corporation, in Laguna Technopark, Bilian, Laguna. I spent 21 years building my career, driven by what many call 1 to 5 goal in life. 1 wife, 2 kids, 3-bedroom house, 4-wheel vehicle, and 5-digit salary. In Singapore, they call it 5Cs. Cash, car, cards, condo, and club membership. Because of hard work and ambition, I was promoted almost every 2 years from cadet engineer to assistant director of manufacturing engineering. But during all those days, all those years, my spiritual life was not a priority. We were called Sunday Christians, and sometimes not even every Sunday. Weekends were spent in malls, outing, anywhere but not the church. I had success, but I didn't have Christ at the center.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I am proud Bicolana, born in Camalig, Albay on May 20, 1978. I am the 10th of 12 children. I met Manny on my very first day at Hitachi. And from that day on, binakura na po niya ako. After 2 years, we got married in 2001. We were going to celebrate our silver anniversary this year. I left my job to take care of our son Kenji, who was often sick. Despite the challenges, we were excited to have our second child. On April 3, 2006, 20 years ago, our son Kenji was born. But our joy suddenly turned into sorrow. He was diagnosed with sepsis. He stayed in the ICU for 3 days. Then he passed away on April 8. Supposedly po, nakaschedule ako ng cesarean on that day. Kaso maagang umilag yung tiyan ko. So, pag cesarean kasi, pwede daw akong pumili. So sabi ko, lucky 8. Yun pala yung magiging, birthday in heaven. Mga kapatid, mahirap mag-ibig ng sariling anak, lalo yung sobrang bata pa natin, sobrang sakit. That moment broke us. No amount of success, money, or achievement could take away that pain. And in that darkness, we didn't just lose a child, we realized how far we were from Christ.
At our lowest point, a former office mate, Brother Eric Diaz, also a Bicolano, former chapter head of Santa Rosa, invited me to attend a breakfast like this. But that morning was not just an invitation to a gathering. It was an encounter with Jesus. That morning changed my life. Through the music, the people, and the message, I felt Him speak directly to me. My son, come back to me. And for the very first time in many years, I stopped running. I realized I was chasing the world, but I lost my relationship with Him. I once served in my youth as an altar boy, an active leader in the parish youth organization, a choir member. I even played guitar during Sunday Mass on special occasions. But along the way, because of my strong desire to build my career and provide for my family, I slowly drifted away and forgot the most important aspect of my life. That day, I discovered a greater purpose. Not the 5 C's of this world, but the greatest C of all, which is Christ. From that moment, everything began to change. Through the community, I grew my faith, but more importantly, I began to build a personal relationship with Jesus. I started to serve as a sharer, speaker, servant leader. What changed was not just what I was doing, but who I was becoming in Christ. By His grace, I was entrusted with roles in the community. After graduation at PCLB, I immediately took the music ministry head position, action group leader, unit leader, mission head, and I became the mission coordinator of Santa Rosa chapter for the Valley Mission. Now, not out of obligation, but out of love for Christ. My workplace became my mission field. Western Digital became a source of first-timers, many of whom eventually became members of BCBP. I was even able to encourage our HR director to allow us to conduct the marketplace evangelization program inside the company as part of our spiritual wellness program. My time, my talent, my life, I began to offer Him back.
In time, Jesus began to heal our hearts. He blessed us with another child, our daughter, Giona, who became a source of our joy in healing. She is now 13, jolly, faithful, and active in ministry as a choir member in school in our in our parish church. Our eldest Kenji has graduated magna cum laude, and he is now working in an international bank in Makati, while serving in the BCPP community through the CYP. As a family, we committed to share our blessings, especially in supporting education. By God's grace, we have helped raise 10 professionals in counting. Truly, Jesus restores beyond what we can ever imagine. In John chapter 10, verse 10 says, I came that they may have life and have it abundantly. And we experience that life not because everything was easy, not because life became perfect, but because Christ became the center of our family. Our family was restored. He restored our purpose.
As mission coordinator, Jesus allowed us to witness another miracle. The Nuvali mission grew its numbers. We formed our own governance team. We conduct our BCLP, Friday assemblies, and other community activities. Jesus sent us young, energetic, spirit-filled leaders and members of Nuvali, reaching the numbers to more than 80 members. From a simple mission, He prepares us for chapter 2. We work together with Santa Rosa Chapter Governance Team and the Regional Council Director to prepare for a chapter split between Nuvali and Santa Rosa. At the same time that we were preparing for the chapterhood of Nuvali, another storm was quietly building in my life. In my corporate career, I was being groomed to take over the position of my boss, who was about to retire as VP for operation in Western Digital. More responsibilities were given to me, and frequent travels for monthly operations meeting across Asia together with our GM in Japan, Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, and China, our sister companies, became part of my routine. I was being prepared for something bigger. At the same time, I started my own business here in Bicol, the MVI Aggregates Trading, a quarry operation in Ligao City. This was my exit plan for early retirement. But instead of clarity, I found myself at a crossroads. Office politics, unfulfilled promises for promotions, and dishonesty in my own quarry business here in Bicol became my crossroad. I brought everything to Jesus in prayer and asked Him for wisdom to clear my direction. And in September 2018, Jesus answered my prayer. He sent me to attend the Hagyai Leaders Experience in Hawaii for 1 month. That experience changed everything. It was there that I made my covenant with God. Jesus, I will use my business not just for profit, but for mission. So on March 31, 2019, I made a bold decision. I obeyed what I believe Jesus was asking me to do. I availed my early retirement package from Western Digital after 21 years to fully focus on my business here in Bicol. I invested heavily on heavy equipment, and the very first delivery we made was free, offered to our parish church in San Vicente, an offering to God, because I believe the more you give, the more God blesses. Running my business tested my faith and advocacy of the BCBP community. I was tempted to buy stolen diesel from drivers of trucks, mga paikit, avoid issuance of official receipts, and to manipulate documents. But by God's grace, I stood firm. Because being a Christian is not just in church and community. It must be lived in the marketplace. And slowly, I saw lives changing even among my employees. However, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, just when everything seemed stable, another storm came. Quarry operation stops due to political instability in Albay. Changes of policy for every seated governor. Alam natin yun, 1 year, 3 gobernador, iba-ibang polisiya sa quarry. Permits became difficult and costly. Masakit sa bulsa. In March 2020, ayun na, COVID-19 pandemic hit. My business slowed down. I lost the ability to pay for my equipment, and a civil case was filed against me. Another criminal case was also filed against me due to unfulfilled shipment of aggregates to nearby province. Katanduanes. I was caught in the middle of an opposing party, the governor and the contractor. There was a time that I could not go home because an arrest warrant was issued to me. A brother from our community helped facilitate my bail for my temporary liberty. I was also infected by COVID. Sino ba dito na COVID sa natin? Diba, alam nyo, pakiramdam na COVID, diba? We need to isolate. I need to isolate for my family, so I stay in Bicol. Sila nasa Laguna. And in the middle of pandemic, isa pa, storm, came another painful moment when my father suffered stroke and cancer on the lungs. We have to take care of him day and night in the hospital, and eventually we bring him home